Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm Christina. Am I the only one that's already thinking about 2026 planning? I can't be because I know some shops are getting ready to do releases for 2026 starting next week. So I don't think I've ever done a video like this before. I want to walk through with y'all my thoughts on 2026 planning. I have a brain dump and idea sheet here from Poi and Hun that I'm going to use to do this. And I might have to zoom in a little bit. My desk is a little dirty because I just want to like think through my thoughts. Yes, I want to think through my thoughts. So let's go ahead and do this together. I am going to, my handwriting probably won't be great for this. Today is the 15th. And yeah, this is what we're talking about. I probably could have wrote that here. That's fine. Okay, so real quick, this sheet has, I thought this would be a good sheet to use because it has a goal section, a quick notes section, the brain dump section, and next steps. And I think it'll just help me think through kind of everything. All right, so real quick, the goal, my primary goal is to have a good planning system, right? Or let me back up, a planning system that works. So let me write that. Planning system that works, and what I'm going to also say, and is flexible. That has been my biggest saving grace this year. I went into 2025 knowing that I needed a system that could be flexible and fluid, and it saved me kind of feeling bad for not using some of my planners throughout the year so far. So that's first. Some quick notes, and these are things that I've just been thinking about over the past, I don't know, couple of weeks. I have a lot of outdated planners that I could use, that I want to try to prioritize using if possible. I'm kind of tired of the waste, y'all. Every single year since I've been planning, I buy so much stuff and I waste so much stuff. And so I have intentionally kept the things that I bought for 2025 that I didn't end up using. I want to try to use them if possible. What that will require though is redating. So that will also require date stickers. I could white out, but that hasn't worked well for me in the past. I ran out of room. I'm writing kind of far from my face under the camera. It's okay. All right, so outdated planners. The next thing is that I tried a bound book for the first year this year, and while it's fine, it's not, I don't love it. Like, so I don't have to worry about trying to add a bound book into my planner system. Actually I have two more things. The third thing is that I really miss using my Happy Planner faith covers. I have quite a collection of faith covers from the Happy Planner for the classic size, and I miss them. I miss them a lot. My faith planner is always going to be a part of my system, and I'm missing having those covers. And then I think the fourth thing, which kind of ties into this, is that I don't think for next year I want a half letter vertical for faith. I'm going to pause while I write this. My handwriting is not great right now. I don't want a half letter vertical for faith. Right now, I don't have my faith planner next to me. It's packed up because I'm getting ready to go out of town, but it's a half letter and it's a vertical format. And I don't know that something it's working just fine, but something isn't quite right about it. So anyway, so these are the kind of things that I'm thinking about and notes that I wanted to write down as I'm going through my system. Okay, so in this section here, we're just going to list out all of the planners, all of the things. So the first one, which is always going to be my baby, I'll put a little heart next to here, is my catch-all. I'm sorry, all my handwriting is this. I usually write better than this. My catch-all. What I know about my catch-all is I want half letter. Half letter just works really well for me and I love it, right? And I have some sections that I'm going to need in here. This is my catch-all planner this year, and it's working actually really, really well. So I want to keep that in mind. So for my sections, I have my calendar. I've got wellness. I have a business section. I have a budget section. Notes. I also keep track of reading in here. And I think that still works well. Maybe what I was thinking about maybe doing is doing a line here for the insert that I maybe want to use or buy or whatever. I'll do that. Okay. So what I'm using this year, I'm using a few things actually. Okay. So I am using the Rosy Papetree, insert for my weekly planning. So interestingly enough, Rosie has already done a preview. I don't think I see anything quite like this in her preview for 2026, which is kind of disappointing because I really, really love this insert. So I may need to use something else. For wellness, I'm going to use, sorry, all this is gonna be kind of all over the place. I'm going to go back to this insert that I hacked from Noted Co. So I'll just put Noted Co. I'll know what that is. Business. I had something from my roadmap. I don't know that I need that for my roadmap. I might just need just a monthly calendar. So I'm just going to put monthly calendar because if I had a monthly calendar by itself, I could probably make that work in a blank sheet of paper. Budget. I love the Nora's Cove system that I have. And then reading and notes are just going to be plain pages. So for my catch-all right now, I still have some research I need to do on what insert I want to use here. I don't have anything in my stash that I think I could use or would want to use for my catch-all. So we're going to have to do a little bit more research. My work, however, I have some options. So I'm going to start a new little thing here. I really wish that my handwriting was better. I have a couple options for my work. I could do half letter, mini, which is what I'm leaning towards. I also could do A5. So I, over the past, well, since the beginning of 2025, have started purchasing some A5 inserts that I think would work really well for my work system. I'm going to finish out the rest of my year in my A5 spiral, but I wanted to go over what options I have here, and I can maybe even share a few with you. So last year in 2024 for half letter, I tried a Poi and Hun work week agenda. It was dated. I have undated, and I still have that I could use. It's a really functional layout. It could work. For mini HP, I have a lot of like mixed inserts. If you guys get the cloth and paper subscription box a little bit ago, they had like a mixed weekly inserts thing. I have some of those. I have some from Noted Co that I could use. I have a whole bunch that are for the mini size that I could use, and it would be just fine. I'd have a variety of inserts that I'd be using, and that might actually be fun. And then for my A5, something that I purchased, you guys haven't even seen that video because I don't think I put it up. This is gonna be a little confusing because I don't think I ever put up that video. There is a company called The Nitty and Gritty that I was introduced to, and then I did a couple of hauls. I filmed a video where I put all of my hauls into one, and there is an insert there that would work really, really well. Do I want to pull it out and show you guys? No, I think it'll be too long if I look for it, but I will, maybe I'll post that video first and then this video. Anyway, there is a work agenda setup that would work really well. I'd only have to do very minimal whiting out and it would be good to go. So I have that as well. So I have options for work already. I should not need to buy anything for 2026 for a work planner. I have enough. I've got covers, I've got dividers, I've got all the things. I should not need any of this. And I'm going to put, actually, I'll leave these blank. I was going to put a check mark because I already have them, but I know that I have these already. I can put a little check mark on this side. How about that? Okay. So my work planner should be good for 2026. I don't not need to buy anything else. Faith. We have a little talking to do about faith. As you saw from my kind of notes up here, I have some things. So I have a couple of options. I have my Happy Planner Classic, going back to a Happy Planner. Y'all, I missed my Happy Planner Classic. I haven't had a place for it this year in my lineup. I used it for January, February, a little bit of March, and I never picked it back up. And we're in August. So that's an option. I also could do half letter again. I don't mind half letter. I just don't want a vertical. And so thinking about these two sizes, I also need to think about my sections that I could potentially have. So I could have my scripture writing section, which is my main section. That's mainly what I use my faith planner for. And sermon notes, those two things. I also potentially could have, I'll write another section here, prayers and worship. In my setup videos for faith this year for 2025, I created a separate book for my worship and prayers outside of my faith planner, and I haven't used it at all. So I think if I want to do that again, it's going to need to be all in one place. And I got to figure out how to do that. So if I decide to go back to Happy Planner Classic for my faith, which I'm not opposed to, I would be able to use my faith covers. And I think that I have enough. I have most of this year in Happy Planner Classic vertical layout to get by. I think I have enough to make it work for that. If I decide I want a vertical, I have to think about that. And I need some other ones probably as well. I should have put down here and other. And then if I decide to do half letter, I have 2025 May Paper Co. inserts that are horizontal that actually I might like better, but again, I won't be able to use my Happy Planner covers. I have a whole year of them. This is what they look like. This is more conducive for scripture writing in my opinion, and I don't want to let them go to waste. Something else I just saw when I was pulling that out of my box is I also have 2025 Infinite Lotus horizontal that I could use. It's a little bit different setup. It looks like this. I won't pull the whole thing out. It looks like this. And this is what I use for my scripture writing in 2024. But I have these that are also a whole year that I could use. I still think this is more conducive to scripture writing than a vertical planner. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to go back to that. I use these exact same sheets in 2024. So I have some options for my faith planner. I think it will boil down to how much I want to use my faith covers and what size I pick. And then the layout, I mean, it could go either way, I think. And then the last planner that I know that I want to plan for is my on-the-go planner. Y'all, I love this pocket size planner. I never want to get rid of it. And right now I am using a week on one page inserts from May Paper Co. Y'all, these tariffs are about to ruin my planning life. If I can get them ordered and everything I need from May Paper Co. are ordered before the tariffs go into effect, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll go ahead and order those because I really like them. It keeps my planner really sleek with the weeks running concurrent and being back to back. And I have just enough room to write my out of the home tasks. So I love them. So I'll be buying those again. My favorite. Something else to consider that I just thought about is in my nitty and gritty haul, which you guys have not seen yet, I bought personal size, which if you guys are familiar, personal is a ring bound size. It's very similar to mini. So do I need to use personal or not? I'm not sure. Anyway, so I was just thinking about that. So the next step down here, I have some things I need to do to get ready. Number one, I need to organize. I need to make sure I can place my eyes on all of the inserts that I know that I have, that I know where they are, I know where they sit, so I can pull them out and I can contrast and compare. I also need to research options. I know some shops like My Paper Co. and I think potentially Noted Co. And Rosie have already come out or are coming out within the next couple weeks with their inserts, and I want to make sure that I know exactly everything that's out there and comparing that to what I already have available. And so I think the other part of that is just making a list of shops to watch. At this point, I feel like I have a pretty good idea on what shops that I would be purchasing from, if any, which is My Paper Co., Noted Co., maybe Rosie, and actually Happy Planner, because I need to see what comes out from them. And then of course Cloth and Paper, which I have the subscription box, so I don't usually need to buy a whole lot from them. So just to summarize, my catch-all, I'm going to stick with a half letter. I don't know what insert yet, but I want to make sure that I'm filling in all these sections as well. And I have this pretty solidified other than exactly what insert I'm going to use for my calendar. I can draw a little arrow here, so I know that's what that's for. Work, I have some options. I'm really leaning towards the mini, to be honest, but I do have half letter, mini, and A5 inserts that I could use and do a whole setup with and be perfectly fine. My Faith, that one is probably the most up in the air in my opinion. I really want to use my Faith covers for Happy Planner, but that would require me to use a Happy Planner. And right now, the size and the inserts that I have for the half letter are a little bit more appealing. And then I need to decide if I'm going to put in these sections into my Faith Planner, if I'm going to keep them separate. They probably need to go together. And then my pocket is like all solidified. I will go ahead, I meant to put it over here, whatever. I will go ahead and purchase that when the My Paper Co. release happens. So my pocket planner will be ready to go. That is it, y'all. I just wanted to talk through it with you guys of what I was thinking. I know I'm not the only person out there who's thinking about 2026 planning, and I think that it is helpful to have it written down where you can see it, you can look at it, especially with all of the inserts that I already have. I just don't want to buy extra stuff if I don't have to. So this helps me know that I have a lot of things. I only need to get a couple of things and I can really utilize what I already have, which is really important to me at this time. So thanks so much for hanging out with me for this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. You can also head over to my Instagram, exo.christine is where I'm at over there, to see more plannery things. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and hope to be planning with you very soon. XO. Bye, y'all.